Hello everyone, and you're so much welcome to today's tutorial. I still remain your shoemaking made easy tutor Odurole Mojibola. I'm sure you have been seeing the design and you have been wondering what is actually the secret behind this design. That is what we are going to be looking at today. If you're watching me for the first time, all we do here is make shoemaking easy and simple for you. We want to reduce your family expenses on footwear. We also want to help you to be able to create new income stream. And of course, today we're going to do that again. I need you to sit back and I'm gonna be right back. Now, for the sake of those who have been looking for opportunity to be part of our online class, I need you to know that we have strategically and meticulously created a children's footwear mastery class for the month of October. We're going to be starting on the 15th and we are going to be ending November 1st, and that is 3 weeks. We are going to be majorly teaching about children palms, children's school shoes, children heels, children wedges, children sandals, and a lot more. I don't want you to miss it. Go ahead and let me know in the comment section. I am interested. Right, the first thing you want to do is to cut your strap, and of course we are going to partition this strap into different measurements. So what I'm going to suggest you do from the start is at one side of your design, like at one side of the strap. Of course, I'm going to tell us the measurement that I actually use for the width and the length of the strap as we proceed. Now, but I just want to first of all show us how I partitioned it. So I am going to leave about 5 centimeters on this side of this design. 5 centimeters on this side. That's the first thing I'm going to be doing. So after you've taken, a 5 centimeter measurement on this side, I will encourage you to also do the same thing on the lower part. Place your measurement tape or your ruler and measure the 5 centimeter. So this is going to serve as your, a little space by the side as well as the lasting allowance. Now we are going to proceed to partitioning this part. You want to actually take a measurement of about, it depends on how wide you want your fold to look like. So what you are going to do is you can actually use 9 centimeter width, you can use 8 centimeter width, you can use 7 centimeter width. Although I use 9 centimeter, and I'm going to still do the same thing so that you can see what it finally looks like. You can decide to change yours when you are creating yours. So what you do is, like I said, from that same point, from that particular 5 centimeter point, I'm going to measure 9 centimeter towards the side. This is 9. So this is 9. Now I'm going to also locate the middle of 9 in all of this, which is actually 4.5. Now from here to here is 9 centimeter. Why? From, of course, this is 4. This particular one is 4. This is 4. The calibration, this is 4, and this is 4.5. So I'm going to mark my 4.5 at this point. And I'm going to also do the same to the lower part again, so that I can be able to equally work on the two sides like that, since the design is going to be folded up and down. So at the middle, I'm also going to mark my 4.5 again so that they all align together. Now, as you can see, this is the first part of the design. Now, what am I going to do to this? Let me show you what I'm going to do to this. One of the designs that we are going to be learning in the children mastery class is this beautiful school shoe. And of course, we are going to ensure that we also treat casual shoes like this. The class is 10,000 naira, and if you're outside Nigeria, it's 10 USD. I'm going to see you right in class. Now, if you look at the design, you'll find out that the fold went like this. Like, you can see what I have. You can still, I'm sure you can still see the mark on it right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this in such a way that this edge will come and meet where my 5 centimeters stop here. And at the same time, you see this 4.5, it will align with this middle. So you want to continue to adjust it until it suits what you want. Yes. Now you can see what I have right here. You can see that this aligns with this place, and now the end of this inner part, aligns with the 4.5 points. So I will suggest that you hold it down a bit, whether with a glue, so that it will be easy. If you want to use a clip, if you have a clip that you can use those small file clip to just hold it down. So that means you have held that part down, right? So you will also do the same thing on this other side. You also want to fold in that way. It's still going to be the same process. So you want to fold in such a way that no matter what, like now let's align this part too, since both of them are the same thing. Can you see that? Can you see that it's aligning? Can you see? This is the 4.5 midpoint. It's aligning with this center here, and this is being folded on this side. So I'm also going to apply just a little glue. Now, for those who may be wondering what is happening to my glue, I inserted an injection needle on top of it. So anytime it blocks, I just use my lighter to, you know, burn that part off, like it will remove anything that is blocking the needle. I've been using this thing for a while now, so you don't have to buy needle all the time. So from what I have here, I have held the two side, which is here and here. Now don't forget that our width was actually 9. Like I said, you can decide to make your own 8 centimeter if you don't want it to be as wide as my own. So what it means is that after you have measured 8 centimeter, please, the 5 centimeter rule still applies. So after you have measured, instead of measuring 9 that I measured, you can measure 8 centimeter. But make sure that you also mark the midpoint, which is 4 centimeter. And that 4 centimeter will determine the fold that you're going to be having here. Why is this still flying around? It does not want to stay there. So you can see what I have right there. So I'm going to come here, fold the same way I folded this part. You want to make sure that this time around, you finish this also on this spot. And then this inner part still aligns with the 4.5 measurement. So if your own is 4, work on your 4. You understand? And then, no. So you don't have anything to worry about. All you need to do is to patiently do this. Now you can see I have it right here. So I'm just going to go ahead and just, please make sure that what you are using, if you are using glue, for example, please just at the tip, please, because you are going to still stitch and fold it. So you don't want to just lavish glue on it and alter the whole shape. So I think we still have, I'm still going to add a bit to this side to hold this down, add to this side and hold it down. Now I'm going to also do the same thing at the lower part. Ensure that the marks are not running out. You don't want to be looking for them. I think this is one here, and then this is another one here. I am actually using a silver pen because I don't want to be looking for what to use to clean my leather as soon as I am through. So this one too is the same process. I want to make sure that it is together. Can you see what I have right here? This is just beautiful, like very beautiful. You can see what I have right here. It's still aligning with this part. So you have to be very careful here. You don't want them to overlap. So I'm also going to do the same thing. Apply a little just to hold it down. So this is actually the step I am going to continue to actually, you know, repeat until I'm able to do like 4 of it on this. Now, what I'm going to suggest to you is after each of your 8 centimeter, I'm going to suggest that you leave about a 0.5 distance, or you don't even bother to leave any distance. But I would suggest that at least, no matter how small, even if it is a 0.5, let it be the gap between this and the next one, the next, you know, 9 centimeter. So let me do that just for you to see how it's going to look in the next row, so that when you are creating yours, you can understand. Like I said, just make it a 0.5 so that it will not be too wide. I mean the distance, because by the time you turn it over, it tends to look like it has become wider. Yes, it looks like it becomes wider. So you really want to, you know, avoid that as well. So make it about 0.5. You can see that this is 0.5. If you want to use 1, please go ahead and use 1. But for this, I'm going to show you what is 0.5 looks like and what 1 centimeter distance looks like after turning it. I'll show you what the two of them looks like. And that's the reason I'm suggesting you use 0.5. So now this is our 0.5. That's the gap between this and the next one. So which means the next one, I'm going to still carry my measurement tape. I'm still going to place it on that same side and measure my 9 centimeter and go ahead and locate the middle, which is also 4.5. Like I said, you can reduce this and you can increase it if you so desire. So this is, repeat the same thing here, and I'm going to repeat my fold. So the same way I folded this, I'm also going to fold this again. For the sake of those who might not see it or understand the magica that I magica. So this is what is going to happen. You fold it again. You want to make sure that this is also the center, like this is the center. So whatever you are folding, you are going inwards. You are going in this way. You want to make sure that, see, this is our 0.5. This is where you stop. Let your fold stop there. And make sure that this aligns with this. So it has not aligned. One of them has to be adjusted to make it aligned. See, my 0.5 has run away. Don't worry, thank God it's the pen. So if not, so I'm just trying to adjust it until I see what I want. So this is perfectly okay. I'm also going to go ahead and then use my glue. Like I said, please don't lavish glue on this thing, so that you will not say I did not tell you. You can use clip if you have any to hold it down so that it will be easy for you to stitch. The reason I'm doing this is for ease of stitching. Don't forget, we are going to do the same thing on this side. So it's like we are going to be repeating and repeating and repeating the process. Now I have scattered this one. I need to locate where my 4.5 is. Let me be sure it's here. So this is 4.5. Now, if you prefer to notch it a bit, you can, so that you always see it. I think that might actually be, better for some of us who don't mind, So, can you see that? Now, so it invariably looks like it's very close, but trust me when I say that it's very okay like that. By the time you turn it around, I told you I will show you the difference between the 1 centimeter space and the 0.5. So don't worry, we are together. So we are still coming back here as well again. Is that not it? Can you see what I did? Can you see it? You are just going to fold it inwards. Don't forget, it's supposed to stop here. So you want to continue folding. You must make sure that it doesn't exceed it, or else the width will be different. It must not exceed. Okay, I've not held this down. I think I should do that to keep this in place. I just hope this thing will not give me plenty of work when I want to stitch you here. So I've held that down. I'm just going to come to this side. Can you see that? So just hold it down there. So that one too stays there. So with this, you can have a consistent width here. Apply the same thing here, and then I'm going to just do the same thing all through, and we are going to move from there. In short, can you see? And you want to make sure it's straight. Please make sure it's straight. So I'm going to repeat the same thing, leaving a 0.5 in between. Then I will show you what it will finally looks like. Alright, so you can see the way it's looking so cute and beautiful. So now I need you to know that the width that I used initially was actually 9 centimeter. I used 9 centimeter width before. Let me check it here so that you can see. Yes, I used 9 centimeter width before. Now when you want to line it, you're not going to use the same width. You are not going to use the same width. You're not going to use the same width. Yes, you're not going to use the same width. What you're going to do is you're going to reduce the width by like 1 centimeter. So instead of 9, you can actually reduce by 1 centimeter or 0.5 centimeter, which means you are going to be measuring 8.5 centimeter for your lining, so that part of it can fold inwards, and the lining will be smaller at the back, so you don't have to be seeing your lining excessively. Now, you know the amazing thing about this design is you can actually decide to use another color at the back. Like I can decide to combine black with this, so my lining at the back will be black, and then if you want to cut the same length with this, you can actually cut the same length. So at the edge here, black will be showing. At the edge here, the black will be showing. So it will be looking like a pin tuck. I taught us pin tuck some days ago. So it will be looking like a pin tuck design, you know, at the edge, like a piping design by the edge. So, but for this one, I'm going to use the same leather. So what I'm just going to do, like I said, I'm going to reduce it by 5 centimeter. Instead of 9, I will use 8.5. I hope you get that. In case your own is 10, reduce it by 5 centimeter. And if you want to use the same width, probably you want it to be showing, please just reduce by 0.5 centimeter. What am I saying? 5%. It's 0.5 centimeter. This is 9. Let the width of your lining be 8.5. That is what I'm trying to say. Now the length, follow this length for the length of your line, of your, what did they call it, of your lining. I know somebody is still asking, madam, what is the full length of what you use? I'm going to actually tell you that. Let's keep on and let's stitch and let's see what this finally becomes at the end of the day. Of course, I'm going to be placing my lining on top of it, right side on themselves. I'm going to stitch all around here, stitch all around here, then I will show you what it finally looks like. All right, hi everyone, and I'm still your shoemaking made easy tutor Odurole Mojibola. I'm sure you can see the beautiful collections of footwears that we have on the screen, and definitely this is actually about our mastering children footwear class. And of course, what we are going to be teaching in this class are all these beautiful designs that you are seeing right here. And of course, the class is going to be starting October 15th. Yeah, October 15th, and the payment is actually 10,000 naira for the class. It's going to be a 3-week class, and we are going to be mastering just children footwear, not just boys, not just girls. Of course, it's going to be both gender, and I tell you, it's going to be phenomenal. I don't know what will be keeping you out of that. If you want you to miss it for anything, make sure you don't miss it for anything. I need you to know that at Jibbyfemforte, all we do is make shoemaking easy for you. The reason for this is just to help you to reduce your family expenses on footwear, at the same time create new income stream for you. And of course, I believe with this you can actually sell the products, you can actually sell the knowledge you acquire as well. If you're already into shoemaking, I tell you this could actually be a good refresher course for you to go into. You can use the number on the screen to actually send a WhatsApp message. I'm good. So I was explaining to us the other time that I actually use, for this one, I used 1 centimeter like in between, and then this is what I got. I find out that it's a bit, the gap were much. Now when I use the 0.5, this is what I got. So you can see what I have right here. So I don't want you to think it's a one-way thing. You can increase or reduce all of the dimensions that I said. Now if you look at this one, I actually use the same thing, and this is still looking like it's wider than even this one. So you really need to be very careful when you are doing this. Let me see what the final, length look like. This is looking like 7.5. This one too is even looking like 7.5. Oh, it's not even 8. Can you see it? So probably is the look that is making the look like that, because considering the back, it looks like it has the same width. just because our you know, the width of the back, the lining was actually 8.5 centimeter. All right, so this is what I have. The length that I use for this design, now I actually use my size 40 shoe last as a yardstick, and I believe this will work for sizes that are not even size 14. I believe this will still work for size 41. Yeah, it will work for size 42. Can you please give me size 42 shoe last? So this is actually shoe last size 41. You can see it still have SS. You can see it still have more than enough for this. So the length I used was actually 48 centimeter long. It was 48 centimeter long. I used the width of 9 centimeter, and I use the length of 48 centimeters. So you can actually pleat and pleat like that. So what if you're working, probably you want to create it for a smaller size, like size let's say like size 38. I'm going to suggest that you reduce all of this so that it will not, you know, get to flow under. You understand? So the length I used was 48. You can see I had to do a kind of joining here because it was short. So the full length of what I did is actually 48 centimeter long, and the width is 9 centimeter. If you have not registered for the mastery class, the children mastery class, I hope you are not just playing with me. You know, today I was just thinking about it that children are not just 0 to 5 and 0 to 6. In short, some 6-year-olds are actually wearing size 38. And I'm asking myself, if I say I want to teach people how to create children footwear, am I sure I'm not teaching them how to create adult footwear as well? Because some people have children who are actually wearing 42. I have a son that wears size 45. Don't tell anybody you had that though. That wears size 45. And he's still in secondary school. What are we going to say about that? And he's still a child. And I said I want to teach how to make. I'm still asking myself, do I really mean this? But that notwithstanding, because I am a mother and I know what it means to be a parent, I know that don't worry, your own too is coming. For those who are thinking we that we are no mothers, don't worry, it's coming. God makes all things beautiful at His time. So relax, just keep dancing, keep praising, keep praising. By the time triplet will enter like this, it will catch you by surprise. In Jesus' name, amen. So go and register for the class, and I'm sure you are going to enjoy every bit of the class. Like I said, this is one of the things I'm going to be teaching in the class. This is one of the designs we're going to be looking at. I know you are saying I can create this one. Don't worry. There are so many other things that we are definitely going to be creating in that class. So thank you once again for joining me today. Oh, I did not tell you the price. It's 10,000 naira. It's for 3 weeks. I'm going to see you next time. Bye.